Good morning, Shane.
Buenos dias, mi amiga.
How are you?
I'm doing my best to be my best. How you doing?
Oh, are you still doing that? How's that going?
Man, that shit's lovely. You know what I mean?
Okay. All
Just
right.
trying to be better every day than I was yesterday. You only in
Well,
competition with yourself. Fuck everybody else. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Just
that
be
is
better than what
true.
you were yesterday.
That's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And take the days as they come because they only
Fact.
come one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how was your weekend?
Weekend was chill. Not much. Couple little you know what I mean? We had some open run basketball games
Hmm.
to do. And then
I can't wait for Jack's for basketball season to start because I feel like I'm kind of envious of you, like your kids doing all that stuff, but
yeah.
I'm not because I don't want to take them to all the stuff.
That that's
But
pretty much how it is in my house. My
I
wife doesn't
want
go to any practices.
I want to see people do stuff. Like I want to, want to watch him play basketball.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I think they have tryouts because apparently somebody was complaining because they said the coach picks the kids that he wants before the season starts,
I mean,
and
um,
but they always have tryouts. So,
yeah, like we
yes,
had tryouts too for our team,
yeah.
and coach only picked up one new person. That's it,
Oh, you know what?
basically.
Last year, I don't know how many people were picked up. Well,
Mm,
Jackson couldn't play because he got into a car accident, but um
Tryouts can happen.
I think they were only gonna pick up one person.
And once a coach
So,
knows, if a coach gets his same squad together, then usually the coach ain't trying to, add more
yeah, and
ingredients to the
they went to
sauce.
state last year, so.
Exactly. They ain't gonna try to change up too much.
So you just did kid stuff?
Yeah, grocery shop, ran errands and shit. You know what I'm
Did you go to
saying?
Target, your favorite place?
Oh man, of course I went to Target. Target is, listen, Target has a whole fucking black section, right? So
I told you that.
Target to me is
Didn't I
is
tell you
what I
that?
mean, is
And you
where
found your air
the
fryer?
yeah, exactly. That's where I found my air
Yeah.
fryer, the black owned air
Mhm.
fryer by Ghetto Bistro. I think is who
Ghetto
they are.
Bistro. Yeah, I
Um
use Minted, their, makeup it's a makeup line, and, uh, the
yeah,
lip glosses are fabulous. They have great
listen, man.
colors. Yeah.
If black folk want to keep their dollars black, we don't have any excuses anymore.
Nope.
You go to Target, you have a whole kitchen appliances, black owned. You have
Mhm.
hair products, black owned. You can go to your Walmarts or think like Lowe's Foods. They have Tabitha. She has her own seasoning line now.
Mhm.
You have
Is she
Lowry
only
seasoning.
in Walmart?
I
Or
think
no,
it
those
might
2
be
places you
Walmart.
said?
I think
Oh,
Walmart or
so
Lowe's Foods.
it's a
It's
okay.
McCormick's. She's working with McCormick. She
Okay,
has
well, then it should be anywhere McCormick's. Oh, we'll have
it
to look
should
for
be.
it.
But yeah,
Okay.
so she has her seasoning line. Yeah,
And her
Lowry
seasoning gotta
seasoning
be good
line.
because
It's good and it's all vegan and shit.
right,
It's
because she don't eat meat, so she's gotta
fat.
make she's doing an imposter food, so she has to make it
Listen,
taste good,
she
so.
does. And then she has her vegan food, which is found at Target only. Big up the Tabitha for securing
Oh,
that bag. You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
she has a lot of stuff at Target, though.
exactly. But what's weird is her seasoning's not at Target though. McCormick's don't carry her seasoning in Target, which is fucking weird as shit. My
Do
wife
they
is
not
obsessed with Tabitha, so I'm
but
always having to buy her new shit.
do they not maybe they don't carry McCormick
McCormick's in general.
seasonings. Yeah.
Mm, maybe that's it.
Yeah, because I like Tillamook shredded cheese.
Mm-hmm.
It's organic and it's thick. It's thick
Ooh,
cut.
yeah.
And so, but Beanie, that mongrel, he likes cheese on his. I figure the only way I can usually get him to eat is if I put some sprinkled cheese on his food. But I still want it to be
Yeah.
organic because I want to get him garbage. But I was going to give him Kraft because it's thinner. He don't care if it's thick thin. And Target does not sell Kraft
No,
shredded
they
cheese.
don't.
Yeah.
Target
Okay.
does not sell Kraft at all. They only carry like their brand,
Yeah, I
which
saw
is the
that.
Good Source or Good House, whatever it's called.
Hmm.
Speaking of uppity dogs, my daughter has been making our dogs quinoa and rice to go with their food, and I'm like, you need to stop this because you will not, you will not get these dogs thinking that's the only way they're gonna eat their food. Like I'm like, you need to. I don't know what your little kick has been these last
Why?
couple weeks,
Yeah.
but
What's
that
up
needs
with
to stop.
that? If
I don't
they're
know.
eating food, or she just wants to give them a little
Yeah,
variety.
she loves she loves these little dogs, man.
Oh,
So
that's sweet.
she's a little environmental person. Whenever we buy Gatorade, she always stops and cuts up all the Gatorade
Well,
things with
first of all, Gatorade
scissors
is not good for
or
you
whatever.
anyway.
I mean,
Gatorade has bad stuff in it, but okay.
yeah,
There's a natural one.
yeah,
My
but I don't
husband,
think I've seen the difference in the kids when they take the natural one when they're doing their stuff. They don't have the same bounce back, and I figure they only drink it when they're exerting themselves, so they burn it out their system, so it doesn't hurt them too much.
okay.
I know
You
that's my
said
logic
so.
behind it.
Okay.
Oh, who
Hey,
knows?
works for
Oh yeah.
me.
Oh yeah, but speaking of more black shit, yeah. So you got seasonings. You also have like if you want like watches, you got Italian twine, which is I love Italian twine watch. I have like five of them. You have Seventh, which is another great watch brand by a black owned company.
Really?
Yep. You have
Okay.
black owned clothing, not just regular, but you have like Dianu, which is like a they use African print in their modern. It's like modern styled clothing with African prints, whatever.
You
Dope as
mean like
shit.
Gucci and, Louis Vuitton and, Fendi, how they stole those African prints?
Yeah, just like those. Exactly. Exactly.
Maybe not Gucci, but with the G, but
Definitely Fendi. I
definitely
mean,
Fendi
there's
and
so
that
much Fendi
yeah,
markings in
yeah.
tribal
And
affirmation.
LV with the,
Oh, for most
damier.
definitely. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I mean, we can keep our dogs black people. There's so many things out there to do. Keep it out. The only thing that I have not found, and
And white
if you
people,
know
these
it,
things are not just for black people. I mean, they're good. They're just
they're
good
good for us.
products.
There are good products, but I have not found a black owned cologne that I really like. Like,
None of your rappers Drake, your buddy Drake doesn't have a fragrance?
they have fragrances, but it's not like their cologne house. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not like a like
Oh.
Dior has a cologne house, like where there's varieties of Dior. We have like Diddy has one cologne, or like,
Well, yeah, what about Diddy?
or Usher has one cologne, but they're not like a variety of
Oh, I
colognes.
never
You
forgot.
understand what I'm saying?
You're like the my sister Lori who has like 50,000,000, well,
Yeah,
Gina
like
too, my sister Gina, they have 50,000,000 scents. I
I
have a
need
signature
some.
scent. I have a signature.
I have
So,
signatures. You know
no,
what I mean?
I
Like
have
if
a
you smell
signature
me in the
scent.
house, I smell one way. That's how I'm always gonna smell in the house. When I go to the
Mhm.
gym, I'm gonna smell a certain way in the gym. Have my gym cologne. When I'm out in wintertime, I have a winter cologne. I have summer cologne. I have spring cologne. I have
You're
date
ridiculous.
night cologne. I have
Yeah,
run around the
I
city
have a
cologne.
signature scent. It is Calyx. So, it
Mm.
used to be Prescriptives. It's owned by Estee? Clinique. Clinique.
Okay.
And it's old, but I found it. I found it on the internet because
Yeah.
the internet is
I
undefeated.
mean, hey, old shit works like white
I l
diamonds.
White
Like,
Diamonds, no.
oh my
Oh, for
God,
men?
no, white diamonds in general. I remember being
Oh,
in
no.
church and all
I
them
can't
like
smell.
older women back in the '90s was looking so good, smelling like white diamonds and shit.
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh,
I can't wear I can only wear perfumes that have a citrusy scent.
yeah,
I can't wear anything with floral because it bothers my allergies.
white diamonds does
But I
something for
like
me."
Jo Malone, so I like
Yeah.
Jo
Oh
Malone,
my
like, a bunch of
gosh.
fragrances, but I like the citrusy lime, basil and lime, I think is my Jo Malone.
And folks,
But
if you don't know, you can customize your own Jo Malone colognes or perfumes if you want to.
I
You go
didn't
to
know
certain
that.
yes. Whoa, they don't. So there's stores here
Well,
where
Nordstrom
they
sells
have like,
Jo Malone.
yeah, you can go in there and they'll have the Joe Malone representatives there, and they'll have the
Really?
different aspects, and you can combine them and mix them and create your own scent that you're looking to create or whatnot. So
Okay.
with Joe Malone, you can create and mix and create your own thing.
Yeah, yeah, I like anything citrusy or yeah, no florals. Once I remember I was in the mall in Pittsburgh years ago in the 90s and I went in, they're like, would you like to smell so and so? And they sprayed CK1 on me.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
I thought by the time I got home, I thought I was going to die. My head hurt so bad and I was so nauseous. It gave me a migraine.
You couldn't tell me nothing with some CK1 in college. Oh,
You're like,
I
oh,
used to
right, because remember
kill.
men and women, they said could
Yeah,
wear
there was
it and
neutral
your
scent. Oh my
pheromones and
gosh. I used to
all that
kill some
stuff.
CK1 with my little. So
You
for
probably
those who
smell like bug spray.
if you ever bought Avon, shut up. If you ever bought Avon, Avon back in the day used to have this perfume called Amari.
It did?
And my mom used to rock this Amari, and Amari smells really good. And
Okay.
so when I went off to college, I took her Amari and I'd use the Amari as my base scent. And then I put the CK1 on top of that. Man, I smelled so fucking good, bro. I walked into the
Says
office
who?
one day.
Says who?
I walked into an
Okay.
office one day and the dean was there and he was like, look, I don't normally do this. But he was
But what are
like,
you
dude,
wearing?
you are the he was like, you are the best smelling man I've smelt in a long time. What are you wearing? I was like, bro, I can't
That
tell you,
is so
bro. I
funny.
can't tell you. I
Jay
can't tell
used to
you.
when he was in 6th grade, the Axe body spray, once I went in and he was like
Yo, yes.
he was spraying a roach.
That's the beginning stages. Everybody gotta have axe. My
Oh
boys got
my
axe right now.
gosh, and
They
then
be
what
killing
happened was they
themselves.
went off to a camp thing and somebody
Yeah.
taped it and they Axe bombed somebody and he stopped. They Axe bombed the room and then he stopped
Yeah.
wearing it. He stopped wearing it. He
He
moved on
moved
to
on to
something else.
cologne after that.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes,
you
sir.
go in there, you you're like, oh my gosh.
That's how it
Oh
works.
my gosh.
It works in stages. I was embarrassed in middle school.
Why?
Like I was sitting in the back of the classroom and I farted. Like I ripped a fart. And then the teacher immediately, like bro, like immediately says, "Hey Shane, can you come pass out these papers?" And I had to walk up the aisle to go get the papers. And I will never forget her because she changed my life. Ashanti Jenkins.
She changed it for the better?
Ashanti Jenkins says, "Ew, Shane smell like some shit."
Oh,
And
no.
yeah,
Oh.
and listen,
Oh.
to this day, it hurt.
If you
But
saw
you
her,
know
would you
what?
run her over with your car?
No, I think because shout out to Ashanti because since that day, I was determined that would never happen again. I
Did you
became
never fart again?
obsessed. No, I'd never fart in public like that again, and I became obsessed with
It's an
smelling good.
involuntary response.
Shit, you can hold it in; it'll bubble up in your stomach. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I've been obsessed with smelling good ever since
Better
then.
out than in.
And I smell great all the time. I take like 3 showers a day. Like, you know, like,
Already?
oh,
You took 3 showers already today?
no, no, today I already took one so far,
Oh.
but I'll take another one before I leave to take the kids to their, you know, trainings and practices. Then I'll take another one when I come home.
Is your skin dry?
No,
I
because
mean,
I have my own whipped shea butter that I whip my own shea butter now. So
oh,
I know how to whip my own shea butter. I have my own essence oils and such in it to make me smell the way I want to smell. And so
okay.
no, my skin is
Well,
very
I
much dry.
appreciate your commitment.
You see the
All
glisten?
the
See
women that
all the
come in
moisturizing? I know. Oh
all the
my
women
God.
that come in contact with you,
They
um,
do.
I
They
appreciate
appreciate the way I smell.
yeah.
My gosh, this Dominican
Hopefully you can
lady,
inspire some of their husbands and wives too.
this older Dominican woman in the store this weekend.
How do you know she was
She
Dominican?
because I asked her where she was from because she had a heavy accent
Okay.
and she was Afro Latina and she had like grays in her hair and she was like, Poppy, you smell so good."
I sound like Cardi B.
I was like, "Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you."
That
I was
is
like, "De
so
donde eres?" She's like, "Oh, hablas español." I was like, "Sí, sí, sí." That was cute though. But yeah, no, I love smelling good, man. I can't.
That's funny. Somebody walked past we walked the dog on, Agnes Scott's campus. It's an all-girls school, and a girl must have just showered. She walked by, I was like, she smells so good. She smelled so fresh.
Yeah.
She smelled fresh. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is she wearing?" I was like, "That's
She,
weird."
yeah, mm.
But yeah.
I love smelling good.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
is
Ariel
smelling
wears
good.
a lot of she's a scent collector too. Like
Shout
she
out to
wears
Aaron.
the same like no, she wants to buy them from everywhere. It doesn't matter. It could be the internet, it could be Amazon, just
Mm-mm.
random. She likes high-end ones, random sprays. She's but
I know about women, but like random colognes for men, they don't even last long. They last like 2 minutes, and then that's how you know the difference in high end cologne and regular
mhm,
cologne because of how long it
mhm.
lasts. A high end cologne, you spray something on your hot points, and that motherfucker lasts on you all day long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she always says, "Mom, you smell so good." But I'm like, "You could smell like me too," because I gave her the same
Yeah.
perfume. We were talking about perfume a lot, but you talk about this just may have I just had a random thought. When my sister was younger, she liked Poison by Ralph Lauren,
Oh, I've
and
never
it
smelled that one.
smelled like poison on her.
Are you serious? Her pheromones didn't agree with it.
Not at
That's
all.
what people
It
don't
it
understand.
tastes like it smelled like medicine.
Your
Like,
pheromones play a lot in how you
yeah,
smell, which you got to
it
find that
smelled
scent
like
that
hot
matches up.
garbage. Yeah. Anyway. All right, so we know what's happened this weekend. There's unrest in Palestine and Israel, which I'm just praying for everybody. I just don't understand war. I just don't understand it, and I hate it. And seeing those rockets and stuff, it was just I had flashbacks to the Iraq War in early '90s, and where I was like, they are publicizing. I mean, war's on like it's a TV show. Like this is to me that was just unreal. I think I had to take a couple days off from work. Like that was I found that very depressing. So I don't like to see those images, but so everyone's in our prayers. So,
Yeah. Then there
um,
was somebody tried to be ignorant over the last weekend too and fuck up Morgan State University at HBCU. Their
oh,
homecoming. It was shooting at their homecoming.
did
That
they
was
find the person?
nah, they're still looking for him last time I checked. Let me look it up now.
Okay,
If they
that
found him.
that was at the game.
That was during homecoming week. That was like
Oh, it
so
was right,
towards
right, right. It was one day last week. Okay.
yeah, and then that made sure they
And
basically
nobody
shut
died
down
though,
all the
right?
activity. Nah, there's five
Oh,
injured. They shut
okay.
down all the HBCU activities last week at Morgan State, which sucks. Shout out to St. Aug, my alumni. We had my school that I graduated from. We had our homecoming
Did you
this
go?
past week. No, I didn't go to any homecoming
Okay.
activities. I lived a life some consider a myth, so I try not to
Uh,
go back on campus. You know what I'm saying? Too much.
okay.
Anyway,
I
stay
went to
low
Pitt.
key.
Our homecoming is this weekend, but I was supposed to go, but I'm not going. Oh, because Ariel's homecoming is Saturday, and I want to get her dressed and get her off.
That's what's up. Is she in like the coronation court or something like that?
This is a dance.
Oh, okay.
The dance is Saturday, so
She
she's
got a
wearing
boo?
her.
She going with her girls or she going with a boo?
She's going with her friend Elizabeth, her
Uh,
partner in crime. She's got this dress. It's like a Marilyn Monroe dress.
does she follow the rules that you laid out?
Yeah. She followed the rule. We picked it together, but I'm like, when she put it on, she's busty. I was like, Lord,
She's giving. She's giving.
oh my god. I was
If
like,
she if she didn't go there for a boyfriend, she gonna leave with one. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm like, oh gosh. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure out what to do with the girls before she leaves.
You
Get her
call them the
dressed.
girls.
Yeah.
They
Like,
a little too
yeah.
busty. I mean, what grade is she now? 11.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah. I mean, she's about that kind of allowed. When she allowed to be busty?
She's been busty, so she is, yeah. But she's very I won't say she's demure, but she's not busting out. You know what I mean? Like when she bought she wears little tops, but she doesn't usually show any cleavage. But this dress, you just can't. I should have
Not
got
show
her.
cleavage.
I should have got her a medium. But the
Ah.
busty girls that were commenting said the small was fine. But yeah,
Yeah, different reasons though. They maybe said it was fine because it was
that's what they
giving
wanted. Yeah, it was
yeah, it
like,
was
how do
giving a
you?
lot of
I
cleavage.
sent her a thing of on tape, like how to kind of tape them. But she's got some. We'll figure it out. We'll get it. We'll get it together.
My
So
God, these are struggles I never even thought about before.
yeah,
Now that I got a girl, I'm like, oh shit, I'm
yes.
gonna have to think about
It's
this.
well, you don't think about till it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. So okay, this article that I saw is insane. I need to see where this was. I don't even know where it was. Oh, in Orlando is no, no, no. I don't. Maybe it was in Orlando. This year's summit held. Okay, no, I think it was in Orlando. Okay, there was a tech conference, a female tech conference, and it was overrun by men claiming to be
Yeah.
non-binary.
That's funny.
They were cutting in front of the female attendees to
That's
network with
even
them.
funnier. That's funny.
I
That's
mean, that's
funny because it's like
insane.
throwing the whole woke movement in the face of, you know.
No, 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 no. But I didn't think it was funny when I remember when I was pregnant with Ariel and I was at NSN, or was the either NS no, it was the NSN or the Black MBA conference. I think it was the Black MBA conference.
Mhm.
And so she was born in 2007. So this is 2006. So I noticed that it was like a third, a third, a third. It was a third black, a third Asian, and a third white. I
Oh,
noticed that trend
and it's supposed to
17 years
be
ago. Right. And
yeah,
it's the Black MBA
it's
conference.
supposed to
So
be
it's
the
only
Black MBA
gotten right.
conference.
So that's not cute. What I remember being in the elevator even a few years ago with people saying, I thought this was the Black MBA conference. Why
Yeah,
are there so many people here from it actually was it may have been that conference too. Why are
because
there
they
so many
invade our
people here?
spaces.
Well, what happens is because I asked somebody when I was in, I think, Philly in 2018, um,
Yeah.
or maybe it was 17 or 18. No, it wasn't 18. Maybe it was like 17. And I asked people, like, hey, so where you from? They were like, Utah. Like, how'd you find out about it? And they found out from their the career center at their schools.
You know,
Because they tell them about it because you get into a great school, you get a great job, a great internship. It's good for the brochure. So they can't
maybe
take on a bus from Utah
we should be more
to come to New
selective about shit.
Orleans to the Black MBA conference.
I'm like,
And
I'm
then
sorry, you don't
I
meet
asked,
the qualifications to enter the room.
well, you can't stop people, but I asked the
You can.
president in Atlanta, and I was like, "What's up with that?" And he said, "We're a victim of our own success."
No, you're not. See, here's the thing, man. I feel like we are always trying to be very accommodating as a people. while
Mhm.
there are other people, other races, other cultures who would be very much,
Other cultures, 'cause there's only one race.
other cultures who would be very, selective about who they let in. There's something called the Black NBA conference. Then, we can privatize it, make it invitation only. We can make it so that you have to be Black to get in. Like, there there are
Mm.
ways to get around things, like you don't have to cater to everybody. This need to cater to everybody is going to be,
Yeah, it's like, why not just have career fairs and let it be a free for all then?
exactly, just call it a
So,
career fair. But if it's going to be a Black NBA conference, then just
but
keep
you
it
can't
Black.
but you
But
can't do
you can,
okay.
you can. It may hurt some feelings. People may not like it,
Yeah.
but you can. Not,
Alright, well, we're gonna do Oreo. So we're gonna do like our good's gonna be in the middle. So it's
oh, that's funny.
bad, good, bad. So we've been putting this off for the last 2 weeks, and this is I think it's very important.
Right.
It's keeping the faith while job searching. There are tips to stay positive. We love a countdown. There's 11, but I'll just start at 1. I'll just kind of go
No,
on.
I mean we
Uh,
can go from 11. Let's move. We got time.
well, okay.
Make the people feel
It
good.
there yeah, we'll start with 1 because it doesn't matter. These aren't, meditation. Do you meditate?
I do. Every morning I say my affirmations.
Did you see Giselle Bundchen on CBS Sunday Morning?
I know. I don't watch CBS Sunday morning.
Okay. All right. Well, fair enough. You can find it on YouTube. But when she was, still a supermodel, I guess she still is, but she suffered from anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
She felt she kind of yeah. Anyway, it's like probably like the clip is probably like 5 or 6 minutes online, but it's very good. But she started to meditate. She's cut out alcohol, she cut back on alcohol, cut out caffeine, and started to meditate. So it says you need the confidence. Okay, it says you will need that confidence and encourage in yourself that you will be able to do it better in the future. For that, it would be necessary for you to get that confidence and all energy focused on your work. So it says you will have an immense amount of negative energy floating, which you will want to pull that will pull you down until you're not doing well. So meditation helps big time in feeling positive. So I guess if you got to figure out what you're going to say to yourself, right? Because
Yep.
if you're
Your
like,
I am
yeah,
affirmations.
yeah.
I can tell
So
the difference in my day. If I don't go through my entire affirmations, if I try to do like, a third of them instead of going through the whole thing, because it probably takes me about 20 minutes to go through all my
okay,
affirmations in the morning. I can feel the difference towards the end of the day. I don't know why, but
really,
I don't feel as positive and focused and
if you don't,
happy and locked in as the days where I go through my entire meditation movement.
well, I do the Holy Bible
Hmm.
app, so I do that every morning before I start scrolling or looking at emails or texts. I do that first. So I listen to somebody read the verse or talk, and then I read a verse, um, and then prayer stuff like that.
Can
So
you pick the voice? Can you do like Idris Elba or Denzel Washington reading it to you?
no, it's just no.
Oh,
It's people who volunteer to do the verse.
oh,
They do the verse of the day.
that would be cool if they did
There
that
was a
though.
no, there was a Bible. It wasn't an app because it was before apps, but there was a website where you can hear Denzel read the Bible. He was the voice of God.
What?
He was the voice of God.
Shh. There ain't no way somebody shouldn't put that into an app. That shit would
I
be
had it on I had it on, on cassette, on
that shit
audio
would go
cassette.
crazy today.
Yep, he was the voice of the Bible.
All
Yep,
these black women in church, all these older black women, they can have Denzel reading to them on their phone. My
yeah.
God.
Well, yeah, I wonder if they ever put it in an app, but yeah,
Exactly.
he was the voice of God, so, mhm. Um, make a daily job search routine. It says you should organize your day-to-day schedule with a perfectly made routine. You should be able to make a good routine for yourself, following which you should be able to carve out a piece of time for yourself. When you're designing a routine, you need to know that it is essential to keep a 9 to 5 record for yourself. At such times, you cannot be all weary to tell yourself it's not the right thing. Keeping routine channelizes your energy, channelizes
Channelizes.
on a particular thing. It organizes your day, and at the end, you will not feel like you've wasted your time. So I try to have a routine.
Yeah, routines are important.
Yeah. Otherwise, you
Routines are
just
important.
be, willy nilly. Become a member of a search club.
What? What's the search club?
I know there's a lot of them online. Like I've seen them on Facebook, like people who are job searchers, and they all get on and they share jobs.
Oh, like a big ass group chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
There's somebody in pharma who realized there were so many, like, who recruits in pharma, who was realizing there were so many people were looking. So they put together a newsletter, and every day they send it out. I haven't found it yet, but I've heard about it. So,
In the last organization I was with, they had a big layoff in January, and so there's like 30 people who are in a LinkedIn message chat that
mhm.
share jobs every day about different things that they come across and find.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
because who better to help you find a job but people who do the same thing that you do?
Hmm.
So,
But it also tells you how saturated the market is for TA and
oh yeah,
recruitment right now.
yeah, it's because nobody's hiring. Well, I won't say nobody's. People are hiring, but they are
You got to know that person who's
in
hiring
there.
to get in
Yeah,
that
it's.
person. Yeah.
I'd say overall there are a lot of things on hold and things are very lean. Google just laid off 100 recruiters last week, so now we have to compete. People have to compete with them. Set reasonable goals for yourself. Try and keep reasonable and concrete goals. These are the goals which you know for sure that you'll be able to achieve. However, try to keep some reasonable goals as well. Then I don't understand. For example, you can tell yourself this week at least clearing through 10 companies is necessary. One or two job interviews are a must this week. Well,
You
that's
can't
something you
dictate the interviews. Yeah. You're setting
well, I
yourself up
guess
to
if you
feel bad.
well, I guess yeah, if you say maybe if that's part of your daily affirmation, you say that you're going to get an interview, but yeah. Also you can make like 5 cover letters this week and just be happy about it. Okay. Try hitting some job fairs. Thus do all the things in your job search period. It will keep you focused and happy and make your wait period become shorter. Hmm.
I
Okay.
don't know. I don't like that one too much. That one seems a little up in the airy to me. I would
Well,
rather
I think it
them.
makes sense to set goals like I'm going to find 5 companies that I'm interested in and see if they're and try to find a contact on
There we
LinkedIn.
go. Though we're thinking the same thing because that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah.
the goal should be like five
Yeah.
persons in
Yeah.
companies I want to work in and network with them, see if there's
Yeah.
openings.
Go to
That would have been
LinkedIn.
better.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Go to LinkedIn and find those people or find a contact. You're there. The cool thing about LinkedIn too is that like you'll find like I went to Pitt. So if I look at jobs or if they come over to me, it says how many people went to
Yeah.
Pitt. So
Yep. You
or
better
they
play
work
that.
there.
Yeah. Play that
Mhm.
chord. And like, hey, we went to school together. We went to the same school.
Yep.
I'm trying to get in. What's going on?
HTP held to Pitt.
Yo.
Try and celebrate small victories. I always say this. You should always celebrate small victories. Keep focusing on how big this is written terribly. It says keep focusing on how big loser you are.
What?
Like, oh
Somebody didn't edit that
gosh.
before they posted.
It says channelizing positive energy again. AI must have wrote this.
I'm
Focus
guessing
on
they had.
focus on things like your smallest wins. Try and get a beer for
Mm.
yourself. Try and get a beer for yourself only because you were able to convince 3 employers today about your
Trying to
talents and
get a
skills.
beer
Be
for
proud
yourself.
of yourself because you could get a phone interview or even a one-on-one person interview.
Ain't no way a real recruiter wrote this.
Feel good of the fact
Yo, this
that
is straight AI
someone on
generated.
LinkedIn connection answered, or maybe someone commented on your job post.
Not only is that AI generated, but that's AI
Yeah.
generated from someone from another country.
Yeah,
Because
it
when they
is.
read over it,
Yeah.
they thought it was
They're like,
okay.
"Yeah, that makes sense."
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Anyway, celebrating small victories is fine. That's fine because you're setting the goals that you're setting for yourself daily are not these huge goals. It's a cinch
Right.
by the inch, it's hard by the yard. So if you're setting a goal of finding 5 companies you're interested in, reaching out to 5 people via LinkedIn or
Yep.
whatever, or networking with those people, going through your sphere of influence, you can celebrate that.
I got to be better about that. I don't
Yeah.
celebrate small.
You
I
can
don't
celebrate that.
celebrate
Like,
any
"Oh,
victory.
that was good." Like,
I-
yeah, like that's a good thing. Yeah.
I'm usually always thinking about the next thing, so I don't really take time to
Oh, no, you
appreciate the
have to
thing.
yeah, you have to
Yeah.
stay in the moment. Move on quickly. Um, it says if you're in that period when you are continuously applying for a job or an interview for a position, it's easy to become fixed on that certain company or that interview. Just
Facts.
apply, make your contacts, move on. Keep a journal of all the companies that you've reached out to, or the people you've reached out at said company, so that you know when people are getting
What's
back to
going
you or you
on?
can
Yeah.
check things off. But yeah, you can't be because what's for you is for you.
That's my thing. I would say I'm here for the magic. right? I do the things and I'm here for the magic. The magic is what happens that we can't control. I call that
Yep.
the magic, right? Whatever you want to call God or universe, whatever is going on in that part, that's the magic. We just
Mhm.
apply. We don't know why our application gets seen. We know why our stuff gets called to their
I know why,
attention.
because I am highly favored.
Whoop
So,
whoop. And so
yeah.
that's the magic. I'm just here for the magic. I wake
And
up
I
every
had
day looking forward to the magic of today. What's gonna be the magical thing that happens today?
I think I told this story before, but I had a terrible interview at a company years ago. Did I tell you this? One of the
Mm-mm.
HRBPs she was a bitch on wheels. During the interview,
Yeah,
I was, like, making faces at her when she turned her head. I mean, it was awful. And so I didn't get the job. Was not surprised that I didn't
yeah,
get it. Like, years later, somebody called me about an opening at the same company. I was like, "What? Thinking it's so and so still there? I'm not going over there."
yeah,
But I was like, "You know what?" I'm like, "Jonah, I have to go to Nineveh." So I went. Felicia and I prayed outside, and I went in and I interviewed. I didn't interview. She was still there, but she wasn't there. She wasn't one of the interviewers.
yeah.
I was obedient. Did got a call on Monday that I didn't get the job. No sweat. Got a call on Tuesday that I got the job.
The
The person
magic.
they made it offer to, she declined it. So they called me. I was like, bet.
Here
What's
for the
for
magic.
you is for you. So be the person of the hour. Hmm. Basically, what you need to be doing is taking charge. Remember, you are there because you have the capability of doing it. Many people generally tend to fail because they avoid taking responsibility of owning the moment.
Mm,
Refuse to be such a person. Instead, take complete responsibility for your job search and also for your entire life. You are going to meditate on the fact that it is not up to your mother, father, brother, spouse, or any other person that you have managed to be such an able person. No close relative has helped except for you. Who own who on your own is going to conquer this job search?
I
Oh,
promise y'all, Trish can read. It's not
I
her.
can read.
She can
That
read.
is
It's not.
terrible. That is terrible.
It is not
That
her.
is terrible.
When
That
using AI
is
goes wrong.
terrible. I mean, what were they using?
They're using like
Verb splitter?
the first edition of
They were using verb
GTP.
splitter AI? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, it's
Uh,
your job search, your responsibility. I'm gonna take that. That's what I'm gonna take from that. It's nobody else's job to find you a job, I guess.
unless you hire a recruiter, you can hire us to find you jobs. Just what there
Yeah, but
are
even
recruiters out there for that.
yeah, to hire?
Yeah, remember even Simone told us about it when she wanted to leave her job and she hired a recruiter to find her a job and they found a job in Atlanta.
Oh, but is that does that oh, okay.
Yeah,
Those
headhunting works both ways. You can hire a recruiter to find you a job,
I didn't know
or
you could hire one
companies.
because I've been an agency
Exactly.
recruiter, so I've never taken on clients and
Yeah, you
of
can take on
clients.
private clients and help
Hmm,
them find.
okay.
But most of those are going to be high end clients, like your
Yeah,
CEOs,
yeah, yeah,
your
that's what I mean,
doctors.
yeah.
Yeah,
And there I would still see them as working for the client who's gonna pay. Yeah, I don't
exactly.
know. I'm not gonna do any more of these. It's the number 8, completely let go of what's going to happen in the future. Well, you can't you take each day as they come. So that's
Completely let
no,
go of what's going to
yeah,
happen in the future. That's
yeah. You can't
wild to
let
me.
go of what's
Yeah, no, you cannot do that.
you jumping in your DeLorean and going back to the future, I don't
I
know.
disagree with that one
Forget your
1000%.
past. Okay,
I can ride with
fine.
that one.
Flatter yourself in those days of wait. Okay. You are special. You are smart. You is somebody.
You is somebody.
You is beautiful. You is kind.
You is precious.
Be active and fast. Okay. That was number 8. Number oh no, that was 11. I'm sorry, last one. Be active and fast. Okay. Yeah, who did this? Who can we give? Let's give credit where credit's due here. Sheetra Reddy. Sheetra has 12 years of
Ooh.
experience with an international BPO operations and recruitment areas, extensive experience in complete recruitment lifecycle, sourcing, negotiating, and delivery.
Mm,
Sheetra
you
loves
got right,
writing
teacher.
and
And
in their free
using
time
AI.
on varied topics.
I mean,
But the fact that it's Sheetra, and I know it's someone, I'm going to assume that's Reddy, someone that's Indian, and so maybe it's not AI, it's Sheetra, but that they're just when they were conjugating some of the things.
The language didn't translate over
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
there's
That's
some
fine.
certain words and phrases don't translate over in
Yeah.
languages.
And trying to get the verbs
Yeah,
together. Hey, thank you. Hey, I clicked
good
on it.
job. We got clicks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good job, Sheetra. You got some clicks off that.
Yeah. All right. So now, how did we decide to
Ooh,
do
let's get
this?
juicy. I think we decided this topic because we saw how our government was about to shut down.
And
And
how
even though it
they're still
didn't,
on the verge of shutting down.
yeah, even though it didn't, they passed a couple little bills that kind of extended it to not shut down for a little bit, but it's
Mhm.
still on the verge of shutting down. But
Yes.
what made it kind of curious to us is that even if the government does shut down, the persons who are causing the government to shut down are still going to get their checks,
Oh, yeah. Oh, right. That's what it was. They still get paid.
while everybody else who works for the federal government is not going to get paid. So they're willing to sacrifice thousands and thousands of people's way of life for being
Mhm.
petty, while their way of life is not changed at all. Their
Right.
way of life is not being impacted, affected, or negatively, uh, you know, reduced in any way, shape, or form by shutting down the
Right.
government. Not at all.
But
But they're
what we've
willing to
also
make sure.
found too is that oh, look, do you like this better?
Oh yeah, I can see you better. I always like to see your pretty face,
Yeah,
Trish.
but you know what? Now you can see that my eyes are always half closed.
Because
I look like
Trish is
I'm
a
high.
weedhead. If y'all don't
I
know,
know I look like I'm
literally.
high. Um, but what we found too is that their salaries are a pittance. So they could
Oh
care less. They
yes,
could
people.
probably care less. Their
Even
salaries
if
don't
they
probably
lost
pay
their
for their dog
salary,
food. Right.
even if they lost their salary, that
Right.
doesn't matter. And you're
Right.
like, oh my gosh, well, some people make $200,000 a year, some people make 174. I
Right.
assure you that means nothing when compared to their net worth. And so that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about some of the wealthiest congressmen slash congresswomen,
Or
same thing, in
members of Congress.
members of Congress
Members of
in office today. And while
So,
we're going through that list, we're going to take a moment where I'll point out the ones who are also pro shutting down the government as we go down this list.
okay, so who do we want to start with?
Shit. Why not start with old boy who just lost his job?
I didn't do Kevin McCarthy's not on the top
That's
list.
all right. I got Kevin.
You got Kevin, okay?
I
Because
got
I
Kevin.
do have some honorable mentions.
Yeah, yeah.
He's just not one of them. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no. Let's talk about Kevin McCarthy. So, he's no longer Speaker of the House. He was Speaker of the House. That is
Mhm.
no longer the case for
McCarthy,
Mr. McCarthy over here and
bless
whatnot.
his heart.
Bless something. He was doing something, whatever. So, let's talk about him. So, as the Speaker of the House, Kevin is reportedly being recognized as one of the wealthiest politicians in the United States,
Okay.
according to the website CAKnowledge.com. His net worth is about $30 million.
And
That is
how did he make that money?
he graduated from CSU, California State University, basically
Mhm,
being a member of the House. He owns several assets in California real estate. Um, he has a biography, he has a book out or whatnot, and
mhm,
yes, pretty much just donations and other things of that nature, because his donations have gone up into the range of over $28 million he raised in his last political run. So
mhm,
that was 21-21, 2022, according to the campaign committee fundraising report. He
mhm.
raised $28 million. Of that $28 million, majority of that, the big chunk of it, came from the retirement industry, so pension fund, things of that nature.
How did
Um,
he manage pension funds or something?
no, I guess, he just got donations from retired individuals.
But does that
And
but that's not his wealth. Does not campaign money have to go into campaign? It's not there. They don't get
well,
to choose
that's the
that.
only way that they're attributing his wealth or his net worth, because they're saying outside of
Oh,
that,
he is
s-
nothing.
yeah, then that's what they're claiming, right?
Because
They're
okay.
claiming that he could either be worth $300,000 or his net worth could be $30 million, right?
And they're looking
Different,
at his
yeah.
campaign probably. Okay.
And so his biggest contributor to his campaign was American Israel Political Affairs Committee.
Hmm.
Um, they individually donated over $108,000 to his campaign
Okay.
and whatnot. And so, and Mr. McCarthy was one of the persons who was all about being petty and
Shutting down.
shutting down the government and whatnot. And
But
so,
you know what? Because the government, you know, you hit the "I'm just a bill." That doesn't happen anymore.
no, not
The
at all.
government does nothing. President does executive order, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
And
I
then
think they never did anything. We just got fooled into
I
thinking
think
that
they
they
use
did
I
something.
think they did some work. That's what C-SPAN was made, so you could watch them argue bills and stuff. They don't even laws, they don't even do that anymore. They just do nothing and
Ah,
then react. Do
yeah,
nothing, pass some shit, like, at the last minute. It always comes out to the last minute. So, sometimes sometimes, even as a mom or a dad, as a parent, when you see that your kid keeps doing the same thing, you have to let them fail. Now, I do not agree with letting the government shut down and people not getting paid,
facts,
but come on, get your shit together.
facts,
Get it together. Don't always make it be at doing your homework or your paper at the last minute. Work it out. Anyway,
bad.
all right, go ahead.
So who
Who's
you got?
all right? So I have. Well, all right. I'll do. Let's see. Number 5 for the Republicans is Mitt Romney. He's
Ah,
got
Mitt. How much is Mitt
binder.
worth?
He's got binders full of women. $89.3 million. Okay.
Mitt's a good-looking old man, I guess.
It says with a reputation of being a wealthy Wall Street sellout, Mitt Romney did make much of his wealth while working in private equity for Bain and Company in the 90s. So, um, oh, it says Romney came under fire during this um, in the 2012 presidential run, but still remains heavily invested in Bain. Still remains heavily invested and receives significant retirement benefits. That should be outlawed. You shouldn't be able to hold equity and investment company or even have stock, I don't think. They vote on those kinds of things.
I mean, that was one of the issues folks had with old Trumpy when he was in office, that he was still had his he still had all his properties, he still had all of his investments, was making money and
Yeah, they're
whatnot.
all making money.
Because you're not supposed to. I think
Yeah.
it's literally written down as a law as being president that you cannot have any sort of investments and shit
Right.
like that.
Yeah, it does, but they didn't but it's like,
But,
yeah,
fuck
well.
it.
All right, who you got? Who's your number 5 for the Democrats? Or
Let
do you
me
want me
see.
to do it?
Yeah, you can go ahead and run it
Okay.
off.
I will just do Republicans.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Vern Buchanan, a representative from Florida who's worth 113.4 million.
How
Um,
did he get his money?
okay, so in 2012, during his third term as a representative, he had 4 investigations against him in Congress in progress to reveal some potentially
Mm,
illegal or unethical business practices and campaign finances, but he was found not guilty. So
must
it
be
doesn't say
nice.
any other source.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume it's campaign. He's like Kevin with the
Yeah.
campaign money. Um, Number 3 is Daryl Issa, who is a representative from California. So these are not even senators. His estimated net worth is 15.9 million. Um, let's see. In 2015, he was the richest member of Congress after earning a fortune working in the car alarm industry. So at least that okay, that's okay, admired. He's now being investigated by the Department of Justice for potentially being involved with the Fortenberry scandal. You know what
Mm.
that is?
Mm-mm.
Ah, bless his heart too.
Bless his
Um,
heart.
Number 2 is Michael T. McCall. He's a representative from Texas, worth about 125.9 million. Um, let's see. He reports that all of his trading is executed by his wife and children.
The lies.
He's demonstrated a range of potential of conflicts of interest. These include trading IBM and Accenture stocks while sitting on the House Homeland Security Committee, trading UPS shares after a congressional hearing where UPS executive testified, and trading Meta investments during congressional investigations of the company's handling of the misinformation.
Man, if that ain't called insider trading. I don't
Yeah.
know what the
Oh
fuck
my
is.
god. And they send Martha Stewart to jail. Number 1 on the Republicans is Rick Scott, senator from Florida. He's at worth 200, an estimated worth of 200.3 million. He is the owner of at least 463 assets as his 2018 disclosures. He tops the list of richest Republicans. He is heavily invested in securities and real estate and was involved in a financial feud with Mitch McConnell during the 2022 midterm elections. and
Mm.
he has a history, you know, with the NRA. So I'm sure they're one of his biggest donors. So, um, we just some, for shits and giggles, some honorable mentions are Marjorie Taylor Greene, that nut. She's a representative from Georgia, my state. She's worth 11.5 million. So she and her husband had, I don't know exactly what their company was. I guess I can look that up, but they had I guess that's how she got her money. I'm not sure, but it says in an email from Federal Election Commission, the Save America Stop Socialism PAC associated with Marjorie Taylor Greene was notified that there were several financial discrepancies in their reports. These discrepancies made the PAC in violation of federal campaign finance regulations, and they haven't. Well, they had until November of last year to respond. Who knows how they responded?
And our
Obviously, they said she was okay.
yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of the persons who are on the list of
But
representatives who are all about shutting down the government as
they're
well.
they're anarchists. I mean, she's an anarchist.
Yeah,
She
so
and Matt, um, what's
yeah,
Matt's last name?
Matt Getz.
Yeah,
Yep,
anarchist.
he's on the list. So
Um,
the top 5 folks who was really trying to shut down the government was Kevin McCarthy, Matt Getz, Chip Roy, Texas Representative Chip Roy,
mhm.
Florida Rep Byron Donalds, Georgia Rep Marjorie Taylor Greene,
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, New York Rep Mike Lawler.
Okay.
They were all about it. Now, what's interesting is a lot of these folks are part of the same PAC for Club for Growth, which is a big organization that endorses certain candidates that fit their outlook on life. Basically,
Mhm.
they identify limited government pro-growth economic conservative candidates,
Mhm.
and so persons endorsed by them are like Jim Banks, Ted Cruz, Alex Mooney, Rick Scott, Scott
Mhm.
Baugh, Mike Braun, Daniel Cameron, Jeff Landry, Patrick Morrissey, Will Scharf, Dan Bishop are some of the few who get this PAC money from Club for Growth or whatnot. And so, these folks, they're not looking out for
Well, and then
the everyday
also
person.
like Gates.
Hmm.
There's a lot of micro donors.
Exactly.
So they're not beholden to one, like
Nope.
these
They
fringe
spread
people
their
are
money
not,
around.
they're not beholden to one, pack or one large donor. They get $1 here, 5 here. But anybody that will give you $5 or say, I'm giving you my last $5 is crazy. And
Yeah.
they have these conspiracy theories and just all, so, and those are the people who support these fringe um politicians. Um, let's see, another honorable mention, or should I say dishonorable, is Mitch McConnell, the senator from Kentucky. He's
Flap 'em.
worth 14.4 million. So his net worth skyrocketed in 2008 when he and his wife Elaine Chow received a substantial monetary gift from Chow's father after her mother died. Since then, McConnell and Chow's combined wealth has
Combined.
combined. Sorry, combined. Did I say combined?
He said
Oh,
combinated.
or
But I assure you, I am only saying combinated from now on.
combined.
Combinated is my new shit.
Channelized and
Combinated.
combined. Now I
Combinated.
made that
Oh
word
my
up
God.
before. The other, it did say channelized,
Yeah,
but
but no,
this says
combinated is
com-
our word now. It's the
combined.
word.
That's like something your
Combinated.
soda would be combinated.
Yo, I need some combinated soda right now.
My husband calls me Dawn Queen. That's why.
Let's go.
Um,
Combinated.
their combined wealth has multiplied approximately tenfold, and it's about 30 million. So his salary is 193,000.4. So so not to be outdone.
What's them Democrats doing?
Oh my gosh.
And again, let's look, folks. We don't care about how much money you make. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're making it the right way,
Yeah.
right? Like if you're being honest about it, that's cool. But don't sit here and be worth millions and then
Well,
try to shit on the
I'm
people.
looking at my pastor side-eyed if they're wealthy too. Because I'm
Well,
like,
no, I mean, I'm not. Look,
I
I
am.
think for a while I was one of those people like, oh, why is the pastor
Well,
driving the Benz and everybody else
priests
is?
take a vow of poverty.
Well, I mean,
Poverty.
wow, you want to roll today? You want to roll poverty? Controversy and combinated. You on the roll. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, so priests take a vow of poverty, yet the Pope wears gold, not maybe not the current Pope, but that other
Yo,
pimping Pope
dripping,
wore Gucci slides.
dripping,
So,
dripping. Okay,
yeah,
listen to
anyway.
me. Your pastor pushing the bends is just, he's good at what he does. He's good at convincing the people to give him money so that their lives can be better. And if every pastor was that good, then every pastor would be pushing the bends. But
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Let's do them. And do we have any honorable mentions? Do we have any honorable mentions for them?
mhm.
I thought I did. Oh, let's see if I do. Yeah, and I think Nancy Pelosi's are honorable mention, but yeah. Hold on one second. Yeah, our honorable mention is Nancy Pelosi. She's our representative from California. Her estimated net worth is 46.1 million. Let's see. The only assets she shares jointly with her husband Paul are one Napa Valley property and a joint Wells Fargo checking account, holding less than $15,000. The rest of her wealth is technically owned by her husband and is spread among stock and companies like Disney, Tesla, Netflix, and Salesforce.
Yeah.
So he buys. I'm sorry. He buys the stock. So that you think that
I mean, that
makes
goes back
you
to what we were talking about the other
right?
day,
Yeah.
where we were saying that the pillow talking in bed, like do husbands and wives really pillow talk? Because it's the same thing. Because if she's
Right.
pillow talking about what she's hearing in Congress, then he just goes and buys the stock. I
Right.
the same exact
That's
fucking
still
insider trading. It's
yeah.
still the
How
same
that
thing.
yeah, like gold is on my stock. My husband owns it, but you're in California. If you got divorced, it's going 50-50 down the line, down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, she's special. Number 5 is Susan Delbean. She's a representative from Washington. She's worth an estimated 52.2 million. She had a long and successful business career, including as an executive role at Microsoft before entering politics. Um, Her wealth is spread out among real estate investments, Microsoft stock, and mutual funds. Okay. So, all right. So she was an exec at Microsoft.
Microsoft
Yeah, that
makes
makes sense.
sense.
That
Yep.
makes sense. Um, Number 4 is Doris Matsui. And Doris is a representative from California. Estimated net worth is 73.9 million. Her wealth comes primarily from her husband, Roger Sant, a founder of AES Corporation, a Fortune 500 holding company.
Cool.
Assets in Matsui's name are distributed mostly among trusts and exchange traded funds.
Hmm.
Richard Blumenthal it was hard to find where his money comes from. He's worth
Wow.
115 million, but I can't find it. I know his
I
salary is
like that.
174,000, but literally on this list under his name, it didn't have anything about salary. I had to go look for
That's
it.
good. Nah,
Where
his
where
money
where I
filtered
thought
and covered.
like, "Oh my gosh, like, did it forget to print it?" No, it didn't. It
Oh,
did not forget to print it. It just
he keep that.
nothing's there.
Oh,
Yeah.
he playing the shell game with his
Now
money.
he has been partners at 2 law firms, so I
Mm,
just don't know if that makes you $115 million. So
it could. It could, if they want a really large case. My mom worked for a law firm when we first moved to the States in
mhm.
Charleston, and they won one of the first large civil suits against Big Tobacco. And the settlement from that lawsuit was over $5 billion with a B.
Oh, wow.
And they built this palatial law office,
Mhm.
and like all the partners customized their offices, so like you walked into their office and it looked like something else. Like
Oh.
one guy was really into hunting and cabin and shit,
Mhm.
so you walked into his office, you're in the law firm, but you walked into his office, it was like you're in the log cabin. Like all the walls were wood, like it looked like a log fucking cabin, fireplace,
Oh,
the whole
wow.
nine. Log cabin. Another person was really into artsy and shit, so his office was super modern, very all kind of like weird furniture and all kinds of shit.
Mhm.
All the wood, literally, they had wood imported. They were spending money just to spend money. They had
Mhm.
marble coming from Italy, wood from Africa. It was just the most beautiful building you've ever seen in your life.
Wow.
It was gorgeous because they had to spend the money. They won like
Was it like
500.
Brewster's Millions?
Yeah, they were just blowing money for the sake
They're
of
like,
it.
if we don't
I
we'll
didn't know
just
what money looked like
we'll
until
just
I
spend
saw them.
all the money before we can get the money back.
Yeah, the parking garage looked like a fucking car show. Nothing but Lamborghinis, Ferraris. And these lawyers would be pulling up in like the nicest Ferrari or Lamborghini you've ever seen and would hop out in holy jeans and flip-flops, raggedy, wrinkled t-shirts. That just casually strolling in, just throwing the keys to the runners to go walk their dogs or whatever the case may be. It was an experience.
Jeez. Um, hmm. All right. Number two is Mark Warner. He is a senator from Virginia. He is worth an estimated amount of 93.5 million. Much of his wealth comes from his time working in the private sector before entering politics. He ran Columbia Capital, a venture capital firm.
Mm.
Warner also founded Capital Cellular Corporation, which is an early investor in Nextel. What did Nextel become? They merge with
Who knows?
who they
Who
merge?
did
Did they
next?
merge with Sprint or something? Because Nextel had the two-way phones, didn't they?
Yeah, they merged with Sprint.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, private equity seems to go real venture capitalism seems to go real well with politics, huh? Or
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. You invest in all these companies and make sure you
Yep.
pass laws that cause these companies to go under, and then you sell the stock before they go under. You make a killing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Number 1 is the late Dianne Feinstein, the former senator from California. Her estimated net worth was $99.5 million. She's the wife of Bloom Capital founder Richard Bloom, and she's the wealthiest Democrat in Congress. The
But
majority
why?
of her wealth came from her late husband's business dealings. So at least 25 million was held in a blind trust. Um, she also has a stake in Carlton Hotel Properties, which is one of her larger assets. So
She also has a
yeah,
$62 million private jet.
yeah, yeah. And she has a $21 million mansion because he's passed on. So
Yeah.
in San Fran, and then I think like a $7 or $9 million house or apartment in DC. So yeah,
She's
once
leaving all of her stuff to her daughter and her three stepdaughters. So the four girls are gonna get they're gonna
yeah,
split up the $102 million property
right.
portfolio in this. And how do you
So
split
it,
up a jet? I guess you get the jet
you
the
just
first
take
quarter of the
turns.
year. Yeah, you just take turns using the
Yeah.
jet. Or you sell would you keep the jet or would you sell the jet?
If it was me,
Yeah. If you were one of the daughters, would you
anything.
tell
Oh
would
man,
you
one of
want
the
to keep the
daughters.
jet? Because now I saw this private jet organization and they explained how it takes about $3 million a year to maintain a private jet. So
And what does it
would
do
you
to the environment?
I don't know. I don't care about that part.
Oh, we do care. You have
I'm not
children.
I'm gonna be long gone before
Your
then. So
children won't be long gone.
yes
Their
they will.
children. No, they
Maybe my
won't.
great grandkids
We
might have to
see
feel the real
what we're doing to the environment now in this crazy weather. I had to
yeah.
turn the heat on today. Now I got the air on. I mean, come on now.
But the weather kind of does this every, six,
No, the
7,000
weather's
years.
not. No,
Yes, it
no.
does. I've sent you the links. I've sent you the videos. This is
No,
not the first time we've had
no.
weather phenomenons. That's how we had the ice age. That's how we had, great
I'm
flooding
talking about the
because this
heat.
shit
Well, I'm
happens.
talking about this is the hottest year on record.
Right. It's
Period.
gonna get hotter. It's gonna get hotter, and then
Right.
we're all gonna die, and then it's
Right.
gonna start all over again.
Yeah.
There's nothing you
Okay.
can do. I mean,
Well, I don't
it's
know
a
if it'll start
cycle.
over. God didn't say that. He didn't say
It's
he
a
was doing
cycle.
he want to do over. Anyway, so me, just like the the conflict I have over eating meat, it's you know what I mean? It's not necessarily to be healthier. It's my conscience.
Right.
So if I'm her daughter, she's got a private jet. I already have access to it. I was
Right.
already splitting it with my sisters
Right. So you can
and
still keep it.
her. Um, I don't I can't say I wouldn't be tempted to use it, but I need 2 pilots. I cannot have 1 pilot. I need 2.
Right.
So,
You gotta have
but
multiple.
I watched a video, I was watching TikTok and it was Kanye and Kim, and Kim said, "Did you ever see this? We gotta hurry up. We're gonna miss the jet." He was like, "Miss the jet? It's a private jet." And him and his friends just start laughing. She's like, "No, but they have times, they have times, flight times." And he was like, "Oh, okay." Like the
Yeah, they're
okay,
not gonna leave without you.
we're gonna miss the plane. We're gonna miss our flight. She's like, "What?" He's like, "That's not computing." Like
I had a
it's
friend who, when I first started in my recruiting world,
mhm. They had a
and
PJ.
huh?
They had a PJ.
they married someone. So
Oh,
they married someone who's the granddaughter of someone who uh is, real old money. I'm
yeah.
talking about like 200 acres in Colorado,
Uh-huh.
property in the Bahamas. And so we're all out to just drinking one night. And she's talking and she's like, "Oh, we're going to the beach this weekend."
Uh-huh. What
And we're like,
beach?
"Oh, we're thinking, in North Carolina, the beach
Yeah.
is like
Right.
2 hours away." We're like, "Oh, okay, you're going down to like Wilmington, you're going down to, one of the other beaches."
Mhm.
And she's like, "Oh
Caymans.
no, we're talking about the property in the Bahamas."
Uh,
And hopefully, I don't know what his name was, I don't remember, but hopefully Tony will be available because he's my favorite pilot. And just continue talking. Now, for us broke folk, I'm like, "What? What you mean your favorite pilot?" And then she started laughing. She's like, "Oh, well, we have 5 private jets." And I'm like,
5.
"5?"
See,
And
that was a flex.
I prefer to fly with Tony because he's my favorite pilot. Been
Okay.
flying with him since I was a kid.
That seems
And
wrong.
we're laughing, but it was like that's her world. That
No,
that
but
is
people who are like that realize the disparity and usually keep that to themselves. I had a friend too.
well,
Her
she has
father
all her
had
friends were
they had
wealthy.
I
So
know, but right, so why flex? So that's
it
so
wasn't a
those probably
flex.
aren't
It wasn't a
the
flex till I
reason.
started asking questions because she just
I
said it
think it is.
casually.
I think it is a flex.
You think so?
I have a friend of mine who I don't know if it was her father's private jet or if he just had access because he was the president of the company, but it was his company.
Right.
So, and she told us that he was going to the Catskills because they had a place there, and they were. I don't know if she said they were flying private, but we got it out of her. But
Yeah.
she was she was like embarrassed. Like her husband would say stuff, like,
Yeah. But
but
that was the
she
same thing
wouldn't
because all
really.
she said was she was going to the beach. And then
And
it
you
was
guys
like, "Well,
Well, people
which
ask
beach?"
questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we started asking more questions. But again, here in North Carolina, people say they're going to the beach all the time. That
Yeah.
is a very normal statement because it's
Right.
literally an hour and a half drive
Right.
to get to
To
the
the beach.
beach,
Yeah.
from where I'm at. So, but yeah, I mean, she had money, money. Like I was about to say his name, but he showed us pictures when they went to a safari in Africa. I know you've seen those movies where people go and there's like all these Land Rovers and stuff in this
Yeah.
big line. That's them. That was really them in their
Uh,
safari in Africa. Like they had all these cars and they would set up a tent, not
yeah.
like a regular little tent, but like a
Right.
big ass party tent
Right.
in the middle of the fucking safari so they can eat lunch. And there was one cool picture where, like, I guess the safari escorts, they were
Uh-huh.
all sitting down eating lunch, and then he took a picture, and there were a fucking lions, or I guess there'll be a lioness or whatever to call, sitting in the tree above them as they were eating. Dope as shit.
I don't think I wanna do that. I will yeah. I mean, that sounds cool, though.
It's a cool ass
I
picture.
wouldn't wanna do anything that's gonna put anybody in danger.
Mm. Where you
'Cause I
drive,
will
you get driven. That's putting people in danger. You
No,
fly,
I mean, I'm
putting people
saying,
in danger.
okay. It's
I'm just saying.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Hmm.
cool. I'd like to go on safari, I think.
I do
Not with
too.
them jumping on the, car, though, not that. Where they jump have you seen them with the
Yeah, I seen the
they
ones in India where the fucking tiger was like crouched down in the bushes, and as they're driving past, the tiger like jumped up and started like swiping at them on the truck. Ooh, that
Oh,
shit
I
was
saw one where a
intense.
lioness jumped in the Land Rover
I saw that one. I would have
and
shit myself.
laid her head on a lady.
Would absolutely shit myself. And you know
And
what's funny is animals are
the
smart.
lady pet him. The lady pet
Yeah,
her.
animals are smart. Animals do shit
I'm
just to
like,
fuck with us. You ever seen those ones where they're like around the gorillas and like the silverback is walking through him and then he just grabs the dude foot and drags him a little bit, then let him go and then walks
Mhm.
off. Like animals be fucking with us too. Like, look, I could kill you. I could, but I ain't going to. I ain't going to. I'm gonna just let you be.
No, here's the funniest one ever. It was an orangutan, and
Ooh.
it was just recently, and the lady had some snacks, and he was like he was pointing to the snacks. It was like and there was an opening.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was
Yo, he
like
was like, run them snacks,
it
homie.
was like
That's funny.
reaching a hand
That's
like,
funny.
"Hello, run
Or
me
like
them Cheetos."
the monkeys in Bali that steal everybody's stuff and
Oh,
run around. Yeah, those
that happened
joints
to
are
my girlfriend when
hilarious.
she was in India. Somebody
Yeah,
stole her cell a monkey stole her cell phone, I
yeah.
think. Yeah, but she got it back. Yeah, anyway.
Monkeys are fun. Shout out to the book Monkey Trouble. That was one of the first books I read as a kid. I love that
Monkey
fucking book.
monkey trouble?
Monkey Trouble. I
I
remember
don't
that book
know
like it
that.
was yesterday. It was fun. It
Oh,
was about
my
because this little
husband
monkey was a thief and he would steal all kind of shit or
oh,
whatever. And like he became friends with this little girl. I love that book.
My husband liked Curious George,
Ah, Curious George. That
and
was a
then
good one.
my son liked Curious George, my
I
oldest.
used to let my kids watch Curious George in Spanish when they were younger,
Uh,
during the school week or whatever. That was their thing. They wanted to watch a cartoon. It was Curious George in Espanol.
oh, okay. I always felt kind of bad for him because wasn't he? He was well. If you look at the old books, like he was captured,
Yeah.
Kind of felt bad.
The new books try to make him seem like, that's kind of what they do about slavery, trying to make it
Yeah,
seem like it was all just a choice. Nah, nigga. You just kidnapped me.
you kidnapped me.
You kidnapped me.
Yeah, and then gave me this
this,
outfit.
is, this is
Yeah.
not voluntary. It's like, oh, we go to the zoos. Look at all these precious animals in this. No, there are all these kidnapped animals in this
Oh,
zoo.
speaking of zoos, I know we're running over, but you see where China's not loaning any more of their pandas to us
I'm glad. No, I'm happy to see that because they need to keep them over there and keep them protected and safe. I don't know.
because we do some.
Americans aren't responsible when it comes to
Oh,
animals. I don't trust us with the animals. We
oh,
do
not
we
even at
do
the
wild
zoo.
shit. Not especially. I mean, I've seen some shitty zoos.
Okay, I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about that.
I've
Oh,
seen some
that's
shitty zoos.
terrible.
Look at SeaWorld. SeaWorld is a prime example of why
Well,
Americans should not
we
be
should not
given
be. We should not keep orcas
a
and
goddamn
whales
orca in a
in a
tank.
tank.
In
How
a
does that seem like
fucking
a good idea?
tank, bruh. And then we
I
get
mean,
mad when these animals kill us. When they get an
oh,
opportunity to
I
kill. I
know.
mean, if you was stuck in a
It's not
fucking
right.
tank,
It's not
you
right.
you're used to
Dolphin,
swimming.
it's
You're used to
you
swimming hundreds of
swimming
miles
ever, and you're in
wide open.
and
Now you just gotta go around in a circle over
that's
and
like when I
over
went
again.
to the aquarium here when it first opened, and they had those white whales. I don't know if they're humpback, and it was like looking at me. They're not, and I was like, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, you happy? I'm here.
Like,
You
um,
happy? This what
we
you
had a
wanted?"
membership, and I went twice, and I was like, I can't do that because that's not right.
Yep.
It's not right. All this is it.
These animals don't want. That's why I appreciate Asian zoos because I've seen some videos of the Asian zoos where you drive your car, kind of like a safari. You
Yeah.
drive your car through their environment or whatever. Like they're roaming free. They're not in cages. They're not in
Oh,
anything.
you mean like the
Or
one where the lady got mad at her husband and got
son, my God, you are around lionesses. Why the fuck are you
no, it
out
was
your
tigers.
car?
It was tigers.
Or was it a tiger? I thought it was
Uh-huh.
a lion. Okay,
Mm-mm,
bet.
it was
Yeah.
tigers.
Like you sitting, is the
She get
argument worth it?
mad, she
Is the
jumped
argument worth
out,
it?
and
And got
she
snatched.
was dragged away by a tiger.
Snatched.
Yeah.
My God.
He was
Sit
like,
your
"Get
ass in
back
the
in the
car.
car."
Argue with me in the car, woman.
Is it
You're
worth
like,
dying? Is your point worth dying for?
obviously it was.
Like,
Obviously
jeez
it was.
Louise.
Because I'm telling you. Yeah, so I appreciate when the animals can roam free, then we gotta go see them in their world. But over here in America, where we got all these cages and
Yeah.
my son wants to be a zoologist. I think that's where he's
What?
going. Yeah, he wanted to
Okay.
be a paleontologist for a long time, and now it seems like he's leaning more towards
Okay.
uh animal science and
Mhm.
zoology. I'm like, fuck, son. Like,
I
can
have
you
a
like
friend, her daughter is in school in college for, like, marine she wants to be a marine biologist or something
biologist?
like
Yeah.
that, yeah, so she loves the sea,
I
so
can appreciate marine biology because you go into the ocean where they're at,
right,
like that's cool
yeah.
until you get snatched by a mermaid and killed. But
Do mermaids kill?
mermaids kill. You don't think mermaids kill?
I don't think about mermaids, I don't think they exist, but
You don't
okay.
think mermaid we s-
You said
you don't think
we
mermaids exist?
proven that they exist?
Have you proven that they don't exist?
No, I'm just saying it. Did I miss a memo or a TikTok?
I'm, I've
Or
there's lots of TikToks out there. There's
or
lots of videos out there that show
yeah,
mermaids
did
or
I miss
mermaid
something?
sound. But like
Oh,
until you actually disprove it, then I'm
I'm
assuming it's
not
true. We
yeah, I'm
haven't
not trying to I'm not
we
saying that
barely explored the ocean.
oh, you're absolutely right. I'm not saying I'm just asking like ahead that we have some concrete proof. That's all.
I heard a great theory that's saying that in talking about our space exploration,
Mhm.
that if you want to understand why it's ignorant to say that there are no aliens, think about this. If you translate space into actual ocean,
Mhm.
the amount of space explored is equal to taking 1 8-ounce glass into the ocean and scooping it up. Like that's the equivalent of
That's
how much
it. That's
space we've
all
explored.
we've seen. Okay.
Yeah. And to look inside that eight
And
ounce
think
glass
we're
of water
it.
and think where it
Right.
is your equivalent of looking in space and seeing that we're the only ones here. And it's crazy.
Okay.
Like it's, you know,
Okay.
yeah.
Hey,
Anyway.
I'm there's a there's a documentary. Is it on Netflix or is it on Apple TV, I think, about that in Texas where people all saw that saucer
Mm-hmm.
thing and then saw the fighter pilots fly, chasing
Yeah.
it. So that's pretty interesting. But everybody was afraid to say they saw it because they thought people were gonna say they were
You come
crazy.
getting them, yeah.
But one dude, it was during the day, he saw it. He got the, barrel of his shotgun and looked through it. He said he saw an ant-man
Interesting.
was the pilot in it, something that looked like a giant ant.
Cool.
I fell asleep on it though, but
I'm with the ships.
hey, what is BEH? What channel is that? Is it BET with an H? What is that?
Oh, BET her.
Oh, okay.
It's like their
Be
black woman channel.
Okay, because there was a good movie on last night. I fell
Hmm.
asleep on it. It was a horror movie. So I'm
Yeah,
trying to watch scary stuff for Halloween, so
BET her.
okay, I have to find that. Alright, so, Shane, I did it
Yeah,
again!
you did. But I wasn't gonna call you out on it this
You
time.
Oh my gosh, what is going on with me? Combinate What did I say?
Mm.
What were my
Uh
words?
oh yeah, it was combinated,
Combate combinate
combinated,
combinate
combinated.
What was the other one? Oh,
Privacy? No, it wasn't privacy. It was
no, yeah, something crazy.
we'll rewind the tape. Don't worry,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
definitely gonna make
you'll
a
find
reel of
it.
this.
Okay, yeah, thanks. So, I forgot to say, who are we, Shane? God
Who are we?
damn.
We are two seasoned, uncensored corporate veterans who are here to pass along the wisdom we receive from lessons learned in hopes that you don't make the same mistakes that we did. But if you do, if you decide that today is the day that you wanted to fuck up and make the same mistakes, hopefully you can laugh while you're doing it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because it's a choice.
Did you see where I changed all our tags?
I did.
Do you like them?
Yeah, I think it's cute.
Okay. All right. Some of them, they don't give you that many characters, so I had to
Yeah, you got to be smart about it.
shorten things. All right, so now we'll combine more who we are and where you can find us.
Facts. We are everywhere, man. Literally. You can come listen to us on Patreon. We'll be uploading a new episode this week as well. Shout out to our episode from last week. Our episodes are definitely a little spicier over there. You know what I'm saying?
And
And
that one clip you put up,
if you notice that
I'll
Trish
have you know my
definitely made
son
me
saw it and
edit the clip.
well, he hit like, but it was still a
Exactly.
cute.
Exactly.
It was a
Because
little
he knows what's up.
profane for me, but
He knows what's up. He knows why his parents are married. He understands what goes on behind the closed doors. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so you can find us on Patreon. You can find us on Twitter or X, whatever you like.
whatever it
You can
is.
find us on YouTube. Go shout out to our shorts. Our shorts be getting numbers. Trish be doing numbers on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? All right, she do numbers over there. Her shorts be popping. You can find us on Instagram. Our reels do some things. We had a good reel go off last week. That was nice to see that one jump up,
Which
get
one?
some numbers. Um, Martin Luther King reel.
Oh, yeah, and yeah,
Yeah.
conspiracy. Yo, that
Yep.
one. Yeah, that got
Yeah.
yeah,
That
that one.
one did. We did some numbers on that
Yeah.
one.
Mhm.
Um, hit subscribe. It's good enough that you listen, but we need you to subscribe.
I
We need our subscription
know.
numbers to go up.
Me
Please, people.
too.
Smash that button out. Go holler at
But
us
you
on
know what?
Patreon.
People are probably like me too, where I will take and I will partake in your content, but I won't subscribe,
Just subscribe, people. Just subscribe. Boom, hits there.
except
That
for
way
the
it
people
pops
that
up
I
on your
really,
timeline.
really like. So hopefully you guys really, really like
Follow
us.
us everywhere. IG, Facebook, Twitter,
Yeah,
YouTube,
and
Patreon.
you can get us anywhere you can find podcasts.
Listen, don't trip over the $5 for Patreon. You're gonna spend more on snacks today than
Yeah,
you will to subscribe to us for a month on Patreon. So please go ahead
yeah,
and
is it $5 a month?
$5. That's it.
Yeah,
$5.
$5 to make you
$5.
holler.
That's a bag of chips and a soda. Bag of chips and shit. If you fancy, that's one. That's half. That's half of a drink at Starbucks. Not even a whole drink. You can't even get a whole drink for $5 at Starbucks. You know what
No,
I'm
not
saying?
anymore.
Not anymore. Now you might be able to get a cake pop, one of the old ones from last week. That's kind of stale. You can get that for $5. You know what I'm saying? You can't get a fresh one for that though.
Oh, wait a minute. The single burgers at Five Guys, just the single, cost $9.
Listen, it's cheaper to fuck with us than it is to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Even though it didn't stop me, but
Let
still.
us feed your soul.
So don't let it stop you. Yeah.
Yeah. Holler at us.
Okay, what do we have coming up?
It's us talking that talk, doing what we do, trying to make you understand what it's like to survive out here in this corporate environment,
Or help them survive.
and or help them survive. Pass along the tips that we've tried to enact in our own lives to survive out here in these streets. Um, that's all.
Okay.
And then more of us just talking that talk on Patreon. You know what I mean? A little bit more unfiltered, uncensored. Us really talking that truth. We really focus on our work-life balance, particularly how our partnerships in life or marriages in particular are impacted by how much work we do and how we bring that energy from work home and how that impacts everything at home. Arguments, fucking, talking, all that.
You're saying bad words. You said bad words. You're all right. That's because we're going over. You're running out of words to say now. Okay, I won't stop you. Okay. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Shane.
Yo, that's what I'm here for.
Have a great day.